Welcome to Bet Shean. What a yellow day and what a beautiful view from the hostel. The sky colors everything in the strange but warm yellow. It gives a sulfur atmosphere as if it will soon start to rain. I'm leaving the hostel, across the street, because I want to see that old abandoned house from close. I wonder what happened to it. It stands here like a left island, but instead of water, surrounded by wild nature and emptiness. I'm going along the big street direction south. Every few meters I see street cats and this little golf car, one seat. What people use on golf course, but I bet in Bet Shean there is no one here. I never saw this means of transportation in cities. Is it something special in Bet Shean or Israeli? I continue. The dry and yellow air is making me really thirsty. So I am buying water at the kiosk. People ask me why and of what I'm taking pictures of. And I'm trying to explain with my broken Hebrew. Next to the kiosk is a young religious guy, showing his left thumb, the sign for hitchhikers. This is something I feel is so much more popular in Israel than in Germany, either because of a lack of a good transportation infrastructure, or because people trust strangers easier here than in my home country. Across the street I see a huge building under construction. I suppose it will be a synagogue, due to its architecture and the Star of David in the walls. I wonder if I can enter, so let's have a look and approach. I'm curious. I want to go inside, but I see two men standing at one of the unfinished windows, looking at me from distance, suspicious. I don't dare to go in, so I'm walking around the building and taking pictures. Suddenly one of the men is shouting and asking me who I am, if I'm from the city hall, what I'm taking pictures of. I'm surprised. Either people are not used to cameras and afraid of it, or they're just curious. Again, my little Hebrew tries to give him a feeling that I'm a trustful person and I'm just having a walk through the city. I leave this area, going more western, into the inner city. It looks pretty boring here. I'm just seeing more cats and more golf cars and more cats. On my right side appears an avenue with ancient columns, maybe to make a link to the national park in the history of the city. Should this be the whole city identity? I wonder how citizens are identifying them with the national park. I'm going forward, recognizing the big playground. Close to it is the open air market. I'm strolling around to look for some fruits. At once I can hear from far a sound of singing voices, not sure what it is. So I leave the market, going back direction playground. The music is getting louder. It sounds like kids' music. Then I see this big bus parking next to the playground. Orthodox children are getting in the bus. I have no idea what it is. What are the kids doing inside? I'm standing there for 10-15 minutes, trying to understand the bus, the situation, and this Haredim culture. I'm walking more western direction. Seeing more cats, getting asked more times why I'm taking pictures of this or that. Then a neighborhood with different houses pops up. One-floor houses, red-titled roofs. This housing is so un-Israeli for me. A little religious boy with his school backpack sees me taking pictures. He stops and stares at me. I look back at him. He seems bashful and continues to walk. And every few minutes he turns around to me and looking shy. Then I seem to be at the one end of the city because the housing ends and a pine forest begins. One house looks unusual for me. It is still in the same style of one floor and titled roof, but covered with huge cactus hugging that small house. I love it. Then I continue direction north, passing by a long fence. This must be the new eucalyptus park. But why is there no entrance, or why is it closed on the side? Isn't it a public park which should be more accessible? After a few minutes later, finally, I can enter. Pass through the park. I wonder for a second why this huge park is empty. I don't see anyone. I'm walking more northern, seeing more foreign kind of housing. My feet get tired and they want to rest. I'm passing by a roundabout, seeing more ancient columns, and then I'm just resting on a bench and let the day end.